I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I'm Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Yeah, and we're back at it with, just the most thrilling and exciting content this side of the Mississippi, really.
I feel like it's a low bar.
Yeah, that's probably true. Also, I'm going to have to look at a map. I'm not entirely confident where the Mississippi is. I think we're on opposite sides of it, though.
I'm pretty sure we are, yeah.
No, I got to look it up.
Damn
Anyway.
Dude.
Sometimes I forget geography is important,
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's fine. Whatever. What do you need to know where rivers are? Yeah, we're 100% on opposite sides.
Dude, here's my thing. Rivers used to be dangerous when we didn't know how to avoid them or build bridges,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Build a
this
bridge,
is not
get
the,
over it.
Yeah. This isn't the 1800s anymore. I don't got to worry about water, all right? Unless your name is Supertramp, and then you're fucked,
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
yeah. It is crazy how, vastly important, water navigation was. Well, it still is, just
Yeah.
not for the regular person now.
Yeah.
But back then, it's the entire Mediterranean was we have to sail all the time to get anywhere because you can fucking walk around to fucking Egypt. No, dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sail that way. I'm gonna do some island bopping around, and yeah, it's crazy. But, and it makes sense because it's all of the very prominent early civilizations all started near major water sources,
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy how nature do that. Who are
God,
Patreon
dude,
people
you're
today?
fucking on one today, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Our Patreons are Anna Pacino. I want to say Tony Burgess, but he hasn't been a subscriber in a while.
R.I.P.
Come back, Tony.
Tony, we miss you.
Oh. Cool, my old ass phone just reloaded for some reason.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Adam Pacino, Mark Stadler, Kylie Ganglish, Colby Jordan, Colton Zammersla, and Chantel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you to you people for, I like that. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me your money.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us.
Levi.
What?
Oh, I said thank you for giving me your money. I meant Levi.
Yeah.
Thanks, Levi, for having it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't.
He's been embezzling for years, folks. Okay, I haven't seen a dime.
I have
Don't let
so
him-
many pairs of shoes that I've bought with them. Look, see all this fresh, new, cool stuff in my
Yeah,
background?
see, exactly. Yeah, look at the back of his room and look at mine. Okay, those are $5 posters, and I have nothing else to show for it. Okay,
The
this
best
guy has got
part-
all kinds of art on the walls.
You know what's really great is
What?
I think I only paid for 2 or 3 of these things that are
See?
behind me. I bought the lava lamp for sure. You have to have a lava lamp. The Goku statue. I bought a game and that came with it. And then I didn't really buy the top hat, but it was a birthday gift, so I'll count it.
Okay.
And I bought the flag.
What about the back shell?
I didn't pay for that. I stole it fair and square.
See? Listen, folks, there you go. There's a trend right here. He steals from the government. He steals from his partner,
Steals from
co-host.
the government. You got me. You caught the tater. Yeah. Sorry about it, I guess. Anyway, distraction time. If you want to be a Patreon person, go to the link tree in the description. Through that, you can find all of our cool stuff. You can go to the merch store. You can go to all of the socials. You can go to the YouTube if you're not watching this on YouTube. highly recommend, because then you can see all the shit we're talking about. And you can leave comments, which is awesome, because we read them, like I'm about to do right now. Our Whales is back at it. Says, you two are the two best friends that anyone could have. And I don't think I can read that in my head without hearing the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah. From, was The Hangover, right?
Yeah, dude.
Do you want to know a funny random tidbit about that movie? Is when the second one came out, I had
Yeah.
this friend that would watch the first one all the fucking time. And then the second one came out, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, it's basically just the first one. Like, it's the same thing. And I'm like, you watch the first one all the time.
Yeah,
I've watched it with you multiple times in one day before. Like,
what?
yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Anyway, sorry. Okay, and then he also said, or she, I guess, I don't know. What gender are whales? Both. Says at 12 minutes and 14 seconds, Norfolk or Norfolk? Or Norfolk. There's so many ways to pronounce this word. It depends on what part of Nebraska you're in, because they'll call it Norfolk or Norfolk. If you're deep out in the sticks, it's Norfolk, because people don't talk right out there. And it was always fun to me talking to people in the Navy that are like coming from Virginia. Like, oh yeah, we're out of Norfolk, and I'm like, it's not how you say that word, but okay.
Yeah, I've never liked that, because that word Norfolk doesn't make any sense. It's not like,
yeah, there's
what's
no I or E. It's folk at the very least, because it says
Norfolk.
folk. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's a goddamn L in there. Since
Yeah.
when is there silent L's?
Yeah. Don't know.
No, we're not talking
My
about
new
our
name's
life here.
My new name's Levi. So yeah. Fucking L silent, baby.
Yeah, dude, my life is a silent L. You know what I'm saying? Ooh,
I like that you
depression.
made that joke, and then I didn't fucking call attention to it. And you're like, I'm just gonna make it again, like he's not gonna notice. This is him reaching out for help. I know that, so we're just gonna keep moving on.
That's what real friends do. You ignore until they
Ignore the warning signs. Speaking of real friends, Kylie in the chat.
Nice.
Also, only the top commenter by one comment this week, which is kind of surprising.
I know.
Kylie, gotta step your game up. Anyway, she says, in regard to our movie conversation, she says, synopsis is better than just watching, with a cry laughing emoji. And this is a deep cut joke where me and Jeremy would make fun of her because she, like, when we were talking about watching a movie, she's like, oh, I'll just read the synopsis and, like, move on. And we're like, where's the synopsis?
I was gonna say how do you read synapses?
Synapses is the things in your brain, isn't it?
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you read those?
Anyway, can't read at all, apparently. Synopsis. She's like, I'll just read the synopsis. That's better than just watch. And we gave her shit because we're talking about a movie. And like, it's okay, Kyle. You can just go read the synopsis about it. Because she's not a movie person either. Because she's a freaking weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she had to talk about our episode, episode title, because we named it after the technical term of the reindeer.
Scientific name of the reindeer, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she said Cervidae is the family of deer as a whole, and then it breaks off into Old World deer, Cervinae, and New World deer, Caprioline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have fun.
A moose is a New World deer. I don't believe you. The moose looks like the most ancient thing that's ever walked the earth. So
yeah,
I know it's New World because we didn't. Well, it's the New World to us, but that shit's been around forever. And then white-tailed deer are Old World, so they're like cousins, kissing cousins. No. Anyway, so now we know. Kind of.
Did she write kissing cousins on there?
God, how funny would it be if she did? What do you want? She's from Nebraska, dude. She can't help it.
So she's definitely kissed her sister before. Got it.
And then she says at 11:30, if the producers of To Catch a Predator put their time and resources into a show about elder abuse too, fantastic. And I said, I replied to this comment that said maybe if they help out with elder abuse, I'd be game.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know why I hate old people so much.
I
but
don't
do.
either, man. I don't. Show me on the doll where they touched you.
Dude, I just work in retail, man. I see old people now at my work, and most of them are pretty chill because it's like a fun store to shop at. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
you know, they're buying like guns and shit. They're like, yeah, it's a great day. Like, I'm spending $2,000 on this rifle scope, and everybody's in a good mood, and so it's nicer there. But every now and then, I'll catch a side eye or like a comment that they make, and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? I get it, you're old, you feel entitled to everything, whatever. Anyway, next comment says, Shane's significant other probably stands by being the child who played outside but was extremely involved in sports and made the Spock sign for some reason.
Yeah, that made no sense.
I also have a feeling she still has seen some movies. And then my thoughts on the am I the asshole? In this scenario, you're not the asshole for not having obligations to children who aren't yours, which is also a fair thing. Like, you don't owe that other kid anything for, you know.
Yeah.
You don't need that to give them another, person at their birthday party, but
Yeah.
or about your own kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Andres says, I also have a great friend named Shane, but he doesn't associate with the lower enlisted anymore since he made chief. That's weird. It's almost reminds me of somebody else I know. Anyway.
He's lying.
I heard
Andres, you're a liar. How dare you come on the show and try to gaslight me because it's working.
Yeah. And then he also says, I heard a story about a teacher getting fired because he was also a Twitch streamer. So that's in reference to our OnlyFans teachers that we'd be talking about.
Okay.
And I found the article, and it's a real thing. So, segue.
Nice. Let's go.
Nailed it. So this teacher was a Twitch streamer on their off time and streamed a game called Black Desert, which I've never heard of, but it's apparently a sandbox-oriented fantasy MMORPG. And then also they stream other stuff, but mostly just, video games, which is fair. But
yeah.
I guess there was some people that were dropped from this guy's guild, and those people contacted the school and told them about his Twitch streaming, and we're like, you gotta see his content. And it's not like he was doing anything crazy, but he streams video games, so he's cussing, obviously,
right?
He's doing stuff like that, and basically anything that could be taken out of context in that situation would be. So and also, to further add to the injury, apparently this guy's dad was the department chair at the school he worked at, which is pretty rough. Like your dad gets put in the position that he's got to fire you. That sucks. I read a post, he commented on Reddit about it, and it basically summarized what I summarized what he said a little bit, but some of the things to highlight, he's like, I do stream a game, and the gaming community is, let's be honest, incredibly sexist and objectifies women in a lot of ways. If I make any sort of remark, comment, or even look at a character in a video game in a sexual light, it isn't necessarily appropriate for high schoolers who I taught to see. And then he did brand all of his stuff as 18 plus, just a way of deter students from watching, but obviously, you can click past that. But he said until 3 days ago, 3 days before the whole thing spun out of control, nobody at the school had any idea that he was a content creator, and he was considered one of the funniest, entertaining, and upstanding teachers at the school. So, isn't that crazy that you can just piss a couple people off that you're playing video games with, and they'll just go out of their way to just fuck your day up, literally.
Yeah. There are people who play games just to fuck with streamers.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, and not just to fuck with him, but he was like, hey, you're out of our guild. And then these people are like, oh, okay, guess I'm gonna ruin your life. Like, you know, they have no idea what the consequence could have been. Like, he could have he could have done crazy stuff after that, like after losing his job, if he was compromised in some sort of emotional way. Like, he could have reacted in some really strong ways, but they had no way of knowing, and they're like, nah, fuck him. It's so crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is because I'm not the best at video games that I'm like, I can never imagine myself getting to that point to where I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna fuck this guy's life up. Like, I'm gonna dox him. I'm gonna email his boss. Like, some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy that people feel the need to seek revenge on that kind of level.
Yeah.
For something so, especially for this, like something just not like, okay.
Yeah.
You got kicked out of a guild. Oh, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
you know what it reminds me of is like,
What?
I don't know if you ever, like, if you ever go into the comments on like Reddit a lot, but like every now and then like an argument will break out.
Yeah.
And then like you'll see one person start like bringing up like this other person that they're arguing with post history.
Yeah.
And you're like, did you really just go dig up dirt on this person so you could win this argument like that you were going to lose otherwise? Like, or maybe you're still losing because you're doing something so douchey. It's so weird. Or like, I've had it on Facebook a lot where people try to make a comment about my profile picture or whatever, like to try and make an assumption on like,
Yeah.
okay, like you're jumping to trying to attack me as a person instead of what I'm saying to you, which, you know, I'm pretty sure Socrates said that it's the person who like personally insults people, that's like the loser in the debate, essentially. I can't remember the exact quote, but
Dude, so that kind of something similar like that happened to me. So and I think I've talked about it before, but it's been a while. You remember when the internet first freaked out that the Little Mermaid was going to be a black girl, right?
yeah.
People were freaking out about it, and
Yeah,
I was like,
I
I don't, dude, it was ungodly crazy. But there was a meme that I thought was hilarious, and it was the dude from Captain Phillips, you know, doing like this.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like-
Oh,
and he had
yeah.
a red wig on, and it said,
Oh,
"Look
yeah,
at
I
me,
remember that one.
I'm the Little Mermaid now."
Yeah.
And I shared that, and then a guy we used to work with from 137, who's out now, he screenshotted my profile, and then he screenshotted every person that liked the meme profiles,
Jesus.
and oddly and conveniently enough, he like it was just me and like 3 other people, right?
Yeah.
But he was like he went and screenshotted all that, and then he posted on his Facebook. He's like, "This is what's wrong with our country. These people making fun of her," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you're like, I really couldn't care less about that situation. I just thought the meme was funny.
The meme is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting so mad, and it's like, I'm the mermaid now. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I saw I just blocked him. I was like, dude, you're trying to like start a crazy racist conversation, and that's so far from what was going on.
And like definitely just pulling nonsense into trying to like force the context of the situation. Like, okay, you didn't like the meme, whatever. That's not like necessarily anything specific against you. Like, you didn't make it, you just shared it. Like,
Yeah, I literally just shared it.
sometimes people share shitty memes that other people don't like. It's not a big deal.
Dude, when I shared that meme about Kobe Bryant, like almost like within an hour of hearing that he died, there
Yeah.
was a meme of a piece of steak and then like a fucking plane crash, and it was like perfectly cooked Kobe, and then it was burnt Kobe is what it
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
And no one said anything to me.
Yeah.
That was a fucked up meme.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but I share a meme of a dude with a red wig on,
Yeah.
and I'm a racist. I was like, dude, I'm so crazy.
Yeah. Dude, there's one kid that I went to high school with that he dressed up as Obama for, I think it was for a homecoming game. I don't think it was for Halloween or anything. Maybe it was for Halloween. I don't know. Because Obama and Mitt Romney were running against one another, and somebody dressed up as Mitt Romney, and he dressed up as Obama. The bad thing is that he's white,
Oh.
And the
so he
worst
did.
thing,
Tell me he did not paint himself brown.
yeah, he did.
Oh no.
And the last time, I'm not friends with him anymore on Facebook. I think I lost him when my shit got deleted, but
Yeah.
it was still on his fucking Facebook from what I remember. Because I was like, am I hallucinating that happened? And sure as shit, like, it's just in his tagged photos, and I'm like, bro, I hope you don't, like, run for anything important later on. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, because they're gonna use that against you for sure.
100%. Yeah. So, crazy. It's crazy. But, have you heard anything about the new Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah.
Is it any kind of good?
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went back to a similar type of movement style that from Modern Warfare 2019, and like it just looks about the same, but but from what I've been watching videos on, it seems like a smoother game.
Okay.
And they're reintroducing all of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps into the game, and then there's like they're putting out a lot of stuff with it. Like it's
yeah.
It almost makes it worth the $70 they're charging. Almost.
Are they so I'm so out of the loop with these games. So I remember there was an original Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. And
yes.
Are these just like they're new ones, or is it the same story? Like, what's going on?
I think Modern Warfare 2019, it just had the same characters. Like it was somehow. Yeah. I'm gonna be real honest. I can't remember the campaign too well. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I play them like the first time when they first come out, and then I don't touch them ever again.
Right.
I just don't really care for the campaigns.
Yeah.
That has a lot of the same characters from the original Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. But I don't think the story is exactly the same. I think it's tweaked or different, and it's confusing honestly because they did Modern Warfare and then they did 1, 2, obviously 2 and 3, and then now they did them again, Modern Warfare in 2019, and then now Modern Warfare 2 has been out for 2 years almost, and then now Modern Warfare 3 again, and I was like, I don't understand what is going on. How are we running out of names for things?
Yeah. Well, I saw an article about it, and obviously the Call of Duty games are just like very polarizing with the gaming community as it is anyway. Like whenever a new one comes out, there's a bunch of people who are like, this fucking shit sucks. Then there's people who will play it regardless, whatever.
Yeah.
So Modern Warfare 3 from 2011 has been bombarded with review bombs by confused people who are trying to fuck the reviews on the newer one. So there's just a bunch of really new bad reviews on 2011's Modern Warfare 3.
God.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Of course that would happen because they're the same name, and people are they're like, fuck this game. It does bring into, conversation review bombing in general. Like, obviously that's a thing that people are doing, which is annoying because it happens on everything, and you're like, I don't know. Like, reviews are supposed to be like the ultimate like peer-to-peer, like, this is what my experience is. I need to know what somebody liked or didn't like about it, whatever, so they can then make a decision if they want to get it. And now they're like, the review bombing in my brain doesn't exactly work the same way, because now people are going to be like, well, fuck, I guess just got to buy it now to find out, because which is crazy, because the review bombing is to convince people not to fucking buy it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's working that way. Yeah, so
definitely not. No, because I'm one of those people. I have bought every single COD over the last 5 or 6 years now. I've bought every single one that came out, because it was Modern Warfare, then it was Cold War, or then it was Call of Duty Cold War, and then Modern Warfare 2, and then there was, I guess there's only those.
There's been a lot.
There's a lot. There's other games, but yeah.
Yeah. There's Black Ops and all those too now.
Yeah.
The new Black Ops, but same shit.
Yeah. They're just running out of names. They should just At a certain point, you would think that they're just going to stop making another game and just figure out a way to just call it Call of Duty, period. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then it just keep just keep introducing more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the best idea, honestly. Like, forget all these, like, sub-names, just Call of Duty, because that's what people are paying for, you know?
Yeah.
And also, it's not like they're gonna go back to fucking the world at war again, you know what I mean? Like, it seems very obvious that they're gonna stay in the modern era, so do we need to keep naming it Modern Warfare, or can we just go ahead and let the consumer go? Oh yeah, that takes place now, so it's probably modern. Like, fuck. Why they got all those old helm? Oh, must not be modern.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious. That fucking 12-year-old game is just getting like review bombed out of nowhere.
I love it. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. Alec Baldwin. Speaking of shooters, Alec Baldwin.
Shoot or shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is gonna be recharged with involuntary manslaughter. If you remember, the prosecutors dropped the case originally. They dismissed charges against him after new evidence emerged that the gun he used may have been modified, allowing it to fire without the trigger being pulled. I don't know a whole lot of people are doing that to the gun, but okay.
Yeah.
But one of the prosecutors said that they would indeed bring charges back against him if new testing confirmed that that was not the case. And God, when you know it, they found out that was not the case. So he's getting charged again, recharged. So it's not like a thing about double jeopardy because they just dismissed the charge pending new evidence. So that was my first question. I was like, didn't that double jeopardy, or is that not how that works? There's too many laws, I think. I don't understand the legal system nearly well enough to even think about it most times, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Dude,
figured I'd bring that up.
That's so wild to me that it's just still going on. Like,
yeah, because that was in 2021, October 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, so fucking 2 years now, over 2 years, and they're just now gonna be going back to trial again. Crazy. Like, yeah.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
In other court-related news, Alex Jones has been ruled that he has to pay the money owed despite his bankruptcy filings.
The Sandy Hook stuff?
Yeah, like that, and then
okay.
Yeah, the $1.1 billion in defamation damages.
My God.
Yeah, so a real popular thing to do if you're getting sued for an insane amount of money is to go, well, I can't pay this, bankruptcy, and then it's like, okay.
Surprise, I'm bankrupt.
That's what a lot of those pharmaceutical companies like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alex Jones tried to do the same thing, and the judge said, no, you're going to go ahead and still pay that. So this is an exempt, kind of like student loans. Like, Alex Jones, just imagine you have $1.1 billion worth of student loans. And, because that's essentially what's going on. Because, like, those you can't get rid of through bankruptcy, right? I'm pretty sure. Which is
I don't know the laws about money and how that works.
I don't know what laws are or money is, but
dude, I'm just gonna start walking around. I'm just gonna pull a Michael Scott. Bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy. Yeah. So that's pretty hardcore. I was when I was reading this, like, originally.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when we were first started to talk about it, and you're like, man, fucking people are so happy in this country, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that is kind of weird. And then I wanted to look into it because I'm like, why is that? Turns out it's not new. It's just the fact that we have access to all of the ones that are happening because of the internet. this like suing people for everything used to be like that was the only way you could verify that somebody did something to wrong you back in the day. So like people have been suing people out the ass since fucking laws existed, basically. Which I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like the United States specifically, big time in like the 1700s, 1800s. So for your personal benefit, I figured I'd let you know. So now you know it's not new.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
So I guess we got more court stuff. We're just gonna keep in the court round. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. Not confident on how to pronounce that name. Doesn't matter. He got convicted of defrauding cryptocurrency customers. His company FTX was one of those crypto exchange.
Oh, like a third party, like you can buy through them.
Mm-hmm. And it says here once the world's second largest crypto exchange, which, you know, it at the time, and then it collapsed into bankruptcy. That's the word of the day. But yeah, so he has, let's see, guilty 7 times towards 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 3 counts of other conspiracy charges, which carry penalties adding up to potentially 110 years in prison.
Holy fuck.
He probably won't get the maximum, but
yeah,
that is, you know, that is the potential if the judge is like, fuck this guy. So
I think sentences like that are just dumb. Like,
where it's like past the lifetime.
Yeah, like the dude's 45 and you're gonna give him 110 years. Like,
yeah.
Although
I do like it when it's like somebody who like has killed 13 people and they're like, you get 700 years in prison, and you're like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Even if you're a vampire, you're still gonna be in prison, you dumb son of a bitch.
You get 186 years, like.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, or like multiple lifetime. They're like, yeah, you get 5 lifetime sentences concurrently, and you're like, what? You can't fucking. You can have 5 kids and they have to be in jail with you. So that'd be crazy.
We just start punishing people's families whenever you like. Oh yeah, your dad did this. Well, you're going to jail too.
That's what they used to do back in old Stalin's day, dude.
Shit.
And North Korea does that too. Like if there's people who speak out against North Korea in any shape or form, and like they're like, oh, well, I'm not in North Korea. They're like, yeah, but your family is, and then your like all of your living relatives will all get sent to a fucking work camp. So they're like, that's how they convince people for like that don't live there to still keep in tow.
Yeah.
Like, your family still lives here, so fuck you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's like an insane amount of power.
Yeah, that's way too. It is weird. It's wild.
Yeah. You know who Lewis Black is?
Yes.
Comedian. He's got, I can't remember which special it is, but he's talking about North Korea, and he's like, in North Korea, it's still black and white. They don't have TV. Like, that's not the TVs. Like, that's not the old recording system. They just don't have color there. Like, and you don't and you don't fuck with that kind of evil. It's like hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, that's North Korea, bunch of knuckleheads. I had this story pulled up last week, and I wanted to talk about it.
All right.
Because it is fucking wild. Like, it's just. So a disabled man was refused a wheelchair. Like, that Air Canada didn't offer him a wheelchair, and he had to drag himself off the plane because they didn't have a wheelchair for him. And I'm like, that's fucking hardcore. Like,
dude,
he's just like, all right, you don't want to give me a wheelchair?
He crawled down the bucket.
Yeah, and it's just like an awkward amount of time, you know, because it's gonna take him way too long,
dude.
And this guy is a hardware salesman from British Columbia, requires the use of a motorized wheelchair. Flew to Las Vegas, and when the plane landed, they said that there wasn't time to get a wheelchair on board before the plane had to prepare for its next takeoff. Which is bullshit, because I've seen planes delay for the dumbest things, so...
Yeah.
Just fucking help the guy. And you're telling me that it wouldn't be quick enough to get a wheelchair on board, but him crawling off of the airplane would be? Like... What the fuck?
Dude, that is the most... that had to be the most awkward shit in the world. Like, just imagine you're like in... You know, you're on a fucking an aisle seat, and you're just sitting there, and this dude just fucking army crawling
Just
down the fucking, and you're like, everyone's just like, dude, do we help him, dude?
Here's the worst part, in my opinion, is that they're like, all right, you gotta get off the plane, and then he's like, okay, like, I don't get a wheelchair, and they're like, no, and then his wife had to carry his legs from behind him. So, like...
There's a fucking wheelbarrow?
That's so embarrassing. I would sue these people for billions just
Dude,
on, like,
there's no way they don't sue them. There's no way.
Dude, that's so fucked up. Air Canada, I thought you guys were supposed to be nice, dude.
Dude.
What happened?
That's so crazy. I met some phenomenal Canadians.
Yeah, well, apparently they don't work for the airplane, so...
It's you know, it's big corporations. They suck.
Yeah.
I bet Air Canada's not even out of Canada, okay? It's probably from America.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my last story.
All right, let's get into this one. All right. Am I the asshole for ruining my cousin's honeymoon after not being invited to her wedding?
Oh, okay.
Hell yes. I, 27 female, have a cousin, 27 female. We'll call her Kathy.
Kathy.
Parentheses, fake name. I
Thanks.
feel like...
We'll call her Kathy. Also, that's not her real name. Thank you for that. We'll call her Kathy because her name's Kathy, so.
Right. Oh, no. All right, so Kathy, who got married last weekend. For some background, 2 years ago, I inherited a cabin in the mountains from my maternal grandmother after she died. This is not the grandmother Kathy and I share. It's in a peak mountain town with lots of activities around. For the first year, I lived in it, fixing it up to eventually rent it out as an Airbnb.
Nice. During
During that time, Kathy would visit periodically and stay with me. Once I moved out and placed it on Airbnb, she would continue to ask for a week or so to the cabin and when it wasn't peak season. She loved it so much, she asked if she could use it for her honeymoon location. I told her yes and block out the dates on the Airbnb for her honeymoon, which would have been this week. I told her congratulations that I'd stockpiled the Airbnb with a bunch of romantic stuff, candles, rose petals, etc.
dildos.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Big black, bigger, blacker dildos.
Yeah.
As her wedding gift. Oh man, she was so excited. That was back in May. However, 3 months ago, I got a call from my aunt. Apparently, my whole family and I weren't invited to the wedding. We were shocked as we soon would be coming. My aunt told us that my cousin said she didn't know us well enough and that we weren't there for her childhood.
Holy shit.
We do live in different states. We didn't hear from my aunt or cousin again. Instead, for the weekend of Halloween, my family and I changed our plane tickets. They weren't refundable, and skipped a major snowstorm in our hometown to live it up in Florida for the week. This is where I may have been an asshole. For a while, I considered just leaving everything alone, but as of November 1st, ski season starts, and it would be a big week. Honestly, I needed the money, so a week after I was told I wasn't invited, I decided to text Kathy that I was going to remove her reservation from my Airbnb unless she wanted to pay for the dates. I never got a response. No, she didn't block me. I could see the text went through. I texted her one more time, and about 2 months ago, before putting my Airbnb back online for that week, no response. It booked up within 24 hours. The day after her wedding, she texted me and asked me when she could expect the cabin to be ready. This chick sounds like a bitch.
Yeah.
I texted her back that I told her months prior that I was going to rent it out and someone else already paid, unless she wants to pay. It's already booked and unavailable. To say she was mad is an understatement. She cried and called me an asshole. This was supposed to be my wedding gift to her. She yelled. I told her that I only invited guests are supposed to give gifts and that strangers always have to pay to use my Airbnb. Now she's calling out my family as assholes for being butthurt about not having an invite. She's using her excuse that we weren't there during her childhood and that she deserves to use the cabin. I'm so confused. What?
Yeah, because they didn't grow up close.
Yeah, but
yeah,
bitch, you already been using my cabin, so we got to be kind of close.
That's what I'm saying. Like you and with her there, right?
Yeah.
That's what she's saying. Yeah, she's like, yeah, come up to the cabin, we'll hang out. So obviously you're close enough to stay at a cabin with a stranger. Like, get fucked.
And then to finish it off, my immediate family thinks I did nothing wrong, which I agree.
Yeah.
But she said, but the rest of the family said I should give in, and I agree it was a petty move, but am I the asshole? I don't think it was petty at all.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty on brand. If you're not considered close enough to go to the wedding, then why would you be considered close enough to give her such an expensive gift? Because that is, like she said, it's a mountain town, it's ski season, like popular place. Yeah. That's an in-demand property, and you're like, no, I'm renting it, or I'm saving it for my cousin, who's, it's gonna be a good honeymoon for, and now. Sorry, I don't know you well enough to invite you, like you and your entire part of the family, which is hilarious to me. Like I can see nobody else, but come on, you're getting a fucking cabin out of the deal. At least invite the person that's giving you the cabin.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
it seems like an easy invite. Like
yeah,
and hope that you don't even live in the same state. Guess you probably can't make it. Oh well, I still invited you. Like. Maybe she can't. I don't know. Fuck, most of the people that she invited probably wouldn't be able to go, but like, yeah. And I think that the old bridezilla seemed petty, honestly.
Yes.
Like, you are gonna enjoy this cabin with me many times before this, and then when I text you, let you know ahead of time, months prior, she says that she's not gonna, like, I'm reconsidering this offer since you're, and I'm renting it out, so if you want to pay me, you can, and you can still use it, but you need to pay. And then for her to just ignore all of that and go,
it's already mine.
When can I expect the cabin to be ready? Like,
never.
Also, your house isn't ready because I burned it down because you're a piece of shit.
Dude. It's so crazy to me. It's like, hey, man, like, we're close enough. You're going to let me stay in this cabin, for weeks at a time. But I'm going to go get married, and you're not allowed to be there because we don't really know each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Know each other well enough to take a favor of renting a whole cabin for a week in a resort town, like a winter ski resort town. Yeah. It's probably like Aspen or some shit too, just like incredibly expensive. Mm-hmm. And you're like, but don't know well enough to get you to come to this wedding, so yeah. I side with the poster on this one.
Mysterious Froyo.
Mysterious Froyo.
You are not the asshole.
Yeah.
I don't care what your cousin says.
I just cannot believe
not
that.
Kathy.
That is so fucking crazy. Like, to be so, like, I don't even know what the word is. Like, entitled?
Audacity, entitled.
Like, you might have texted me about this, but I'm going to choose to ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen and then text you and go, all right, so everything good to go? Like,
Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have anything else for it. I just am boggled by the behavior of this person. Like, I can understand the whole sentiment of, like, well, we didn't really grow up together, I don't know you that well, but also, you invite people to your wedding that you didn't know your entire childhood. Like, what? Like, I've been at weddings where only adult friends have gone. Like, very little family. I've been invited to people's weddings where I'm like, I've only known you for about a couple months, but here I am. Thanks for the invite. And, like, you can't be bothered to at least extend an invitation on the off chance that they won't show up. I don't know.
It seems so confused. And honestly, and I feel bad for Froyo because it sounds like she was under the assumption that they were close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I would love to give you, we're cousins. Like, didn't grow up super close, but now as adults, we're kind of.
It seems like they had a friendship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the very beginning of the story, she's like, Kathy would come visit periodically and stay with me over the course of a year. So
Yeah.
if you're hanging out a lot in a like
Within a year, yeah.
yeah, like you're coming and hanging out. Like if you guys didn't like each other and you weren't close, you wouldn't like. What are you doing there?
Oh my god. I just had a fucking idea.
What?
What if the Bridezilla was like, oh, maybe I'll just get in with Froyo, and maybe she'll like let me use the cabin for the honeymoon.
Oh, damn.
Maybe she's on some next level conniving shit. You know?
Yeah, that was a long con.
Yeah, and now she's just mad because somebody caught her. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Either she's super conniving.
Yeah, or she's
she's
petty as shit.
Yeah, just super.
Either way, not a good look.
Yeah.
Not
we're
a
on
good
your-
look, Kathy, if that
Yeah.
is your real name.
Yeah, not Kathy.
That's not a real name, by the way. In case you're curious.
All right, we'd like to thank our friends, the Dutch and Denver podcast, the No New Friends podcast, Kicking It with the Kellys in the Remedy Room. As always, leave comments, likes, share with your friends, share it. You don't have to give us money. I appreciate you listening to me talk every week.
Share. That's
love
the
it.
easiest way to help us, honestly. Like, if you are like, man, these guys made me laugh one time, fucking share us on your favorite social media.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
That's it, dude.
I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.